Badlands 2 has gotten easier since its release. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. I mean, every mode has gotten easier. This is because of a concept known as power creep. The towers that were around at the time can't even hold a candle to the kinds of DPS we have today. I mean, just look at how much better each and every one of these DPS towers has gotten. DJ got changed into whatever the hell this thing is now, and the best tower in the game that came into pretty much every loadout was nerfed by 5%. But what if I told you that there was an even bigger reason that Badlands has gotten easier, and it has nothing to do with the towers at all? It has to do with the mode itself. This might sound weird because TDS hasn't updated this mode since it was implemented, but that doesn't mean they haven't changed it unintentionally. Currently, there's a bug in the game that makes this mode so much easier that duo quick draw becomes extremely easy. So easy, in fact, that me and my friend combined our two dumbasses to actually beat it. This bug makes solo Badlands with no special towers and no power-ups possible, and this bug is how I beat solo Badlands for the first time. So how do you even perform this glitch? Well, actually, I'm gonna load into the game here and show you. First thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go over to this edge of the map, but you're gonna have to place a tower in a very specific spot. It's kind of weird. And you have to do it from the bottom side because that breaks something in the game. Yeah, so actually you just have to do this. That's it. Also, by the way, full credit goes to Witherstar. I found it out from a video that they made, and they said they found it out from Flightly, so credit to them because I did not find this out by myself. For some reason, when you restart the game, none of the modifiers get applied, which means that when you restart in Badlands, you're still on the map, but it actually just changes the wave structure to be Old Fallen. The only issue is that every enemy that is specifically unique to the mode will still appear. Fallens are converted into husks on wave 20. On the last wave, the undead miners, cavalry, and gunslingers still appear. So anyways, now here's me messing around with this new semi-Badlands. I guess first we could start with quick draw. Going into this, we had literally zero strategy. Our only idea was just use Brawler and Trapper to spawn kill. Starting off though, we didn't really have anything that could defend two paths at once because we had Brawler and Trapper as early game towers, so we just had to skip a bunch of waves and get the Brawlers down in each of the paths, which meant we had like no money at the start. This was fine though, because early game Fallen is super easy, and nothing really happened for the first chunk of waves. We defended with Brawlers and then Trappers for hiddens. I got a quick commander at each path, and we started setting up defense with Gatlings and Pursuits. Then the tank came out. All we really needed to do was just get bear traps down for the tank, and it would have been fine, but we didn't. After it though, we kind of overcorrected, and I brought like Elementalists because I wanted to freeze the tank. It really wasn't necessary, so the next run we kind of just destroyed it. I also brought Golden Soldier over Brawler because it would make the early game a lot easier because, you know, we could defend two paths at once. And the rest of the run was kind of a breeze. I mean, this is Old Fallen after all, so the only enemy that's really a threat up until the last wave is the tank. And with that dealt with, there's not a lot to worry about. Going into the last wave though, I was still kind of worried because we didn't really have that much DPS for the gunslinger that was still going to spawn. I wasn't afraid of us not killing it, as we were prepared to use consumables, but I was afraid of us taking so f***ing long to kill it that we wouldn't get quick draw. That should not count. That should not count. To beat Old Fallen on this map, I figured that Gold Cowboy would be a good idea. This is because, well, it's how you beat normal Badlands in solo. And combining defense with money is never a bad idea. Gold Cowboy does not work. Because there's no triple path modifier, Gold Cowboy just doesn't make you enough money to allow you to be able to kill a tank on this short straight path. Other than if you brought a stunning tower, but that would make it so you don't have enough DPS in the last wave. I think. I didn't actually test that. Shut up. So then after that I just reverted to some Old Fallen techniques and just used farm and minigunner as my early game defense because you have like 350 base health when you're high level. I also then switched to actually using engineers instead because I got kind of tired of waiting for the minigunner to get placed down, and that actually got me all the way up to the last wave, as engineers just in general a very strong tower. Now we can talk about the last wave. The gunslinger can spawn on any of the 3 paths, and I'm not actually quite sure how this generation works. Usually it spawns on the left, but you saw in my quick draw attempt that it spawns on the right, and in the future you'll see I did get one that spawned in the middle. The way to know if it spawned on the left is if the wave 10 boss is in the center. Probably tell earlier too, but I think that's just the easiest one. So anyways, this is my first time against the gunslinger with engineer and pursuits as my DPS. And it really wasn't that close because, well, engineer doesn't have that much DPS with buffs, and I also only could play 6 of them. I don't really know why I brought engineer, to be honest. So the next run I was just like, oh well, I'll just switch to minigunner and I'll do it. And then in the next run he spawned in the middle. Now this is obviously really bad because the middle path is super short and I got absolutely deleted. So I did it again on the left path and I lost again. Well, technically you can actually get more DPS by using normal minigunner over gold because you are able to play. How about 3 DPS towers and no DJ? This actually gives me more DPS than if I had DJ, and low-key I'm not really sure why I was bringing DJ in the first place because, well, it wasn't really doing anything. I genuinely don't know. But the 3 DPS tower loadout did a lot better, so here's that. I don't know how I keep doing this, but this next one is actually the run, trust me. With Crook Boss? Dude, what the f am I doing with Crook Boss? When you're getting annoyed at your problems, there's only one solution. Drop a nuclear bomb. And that's how I soloed Badlands, by only cheating like a little bit.